Finally, on Epstein. The only real conclusion we can make about the latest release of the Epstein files is this. The DOJ cares more about protecting Donald Trump than it cares about protecting Epstein's victims. These new releases expose the identity of nearly 100 victims in over 1,000 instances. This is not mere sloppiness. This is wanton negligence that puts safety of these victims at risk. It's one thing for DOJ to miss a couple of redactions here or there, and that's still bad. But to fail thousands of times to protect people's identities begs the question of whether this was intentional. And look, the DOJ's failure to protect the identities of the victims is bad enough. But what makes it even more heinous is how far the DOJ went to protect Donald Trump during these releases. The DOJ took down pages and pages of documents that were full of vulgar accusations against the president. And when they got caught, they put the documents back up, but without redacting the information of the victims. If DOJ cared half as much about protecting Epstein's victims as they care about shielding Donald Trump, then maybe the public would trust them more. But right now, there is zero trust that the DOJ is being on the level. Yield the floor.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer sharply criticized the Department of Justice over its handling of the recent Epstein file releases, arguing that the department showed greater concern for protecting Donald Trump than for safeguarding the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. According to Schumer, the DOJ released documents that expose the identities of nearly 100 victims across more than 1,000 instances, a failure he described as far beyond simple oversight. He said the sheer scale of the redaction errors amounted to dangerous negligence that put victims' safety at risk and raised serious questions about whether the exposure was intentional. Schumer emphasized that while any failure to properly redact sensitive information is unacceptable, the DOJ's actions were especially troubling given how aggressively it acted to shield Trump. He accused the department of taking down pages of documents that contain what he described as vulgar accusations against the former president, only to restore those documents after public scrutiny, without adequately protecting the victims' identities. In Schumer's view, this imbalance revealed misplaced priorities within the DOJ. He concluded that the department's conduct has severely damaged public trust, stating that if the DOJ had shown even half as much concern for protecting Epstein's victims as it did for shielding Trump, confidence in its integrity might have been preserved. As it stands, Schumer said, there is zero trust that the DOJ is acting transparently or in good faith,